Good evening. It's about 8 p.m. I've just got out here. The most productive way of getting stuff done is to wake up on site. So typically what I'll do is I'll come out here at about nightfall. That way I can enter the forest completely unseen. And the last day I was here, I didn't actually video at all. I didn't do anything that was too much to look at. I did a little bit of work on the front wall back here. I don't know if you can see that. And I added quite a lot of depth to the pit. But I'll show you that all tomorrow in the daylight. But what I'm going to go through now is just the typical evening routine of a man who lives in a hole in the ground, setting up the bed and having dinner. And I'm going to show you what I've made for dinner. It's basically a salad. I think it's about 4 kilograms of salad, and that's going to sustain me for all of tomorrow. And I'm thinking I'm going to stay tomorrow night as well. It's the first time I've ever stayed more than one night in a row, because it's very close to being livable now. I need to get more work done on the bedroom pit. Once I've got that deep enough that I can stand in it, I'm going to put the 2x4s across it and start laying a floor, because at the moment it's just really impractical. I've got a ledge here. This is, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, okay, so you see the ledge, it's about 2 foot wide, and then you've got this currently 3 or 4 foot deep pit. I mean, this needs to get down to about 6 foot deep, and then I can lay 2x4s across it, start putting the floor down. Here you can see I've got the doorway there. It's a bit narrower than a standard house door, and I've started putting the little wall up on the other side. Let me just get down here. Got all my fittings and fixtures for making a nice door. Splashed out a bit. Got one of these locks. I'll get a padlock for that. What's that? That's a bolt. Door bolt. So I've got loads of screws because I kept running out of screws. I've been using shorter screws than I wanted to. Alright, I'm going to set the bed up now, which is obviously going to be tricky with the pit. I can't really get too close to the edge. You probably can see where it's been knocked off. It's been knocked off there where I've been getting up and down. But yeah, progress has been made. God damn it, even these ones are wrong height now, so it's not too bad. I haven't really thought this through too well. I've made the bed, but now I can't get to the food, which is over on the other side of the room. I have to devise a plan. No problem. It's mostly made of quinoa and spinach. There's peppers, mushrooms, chickpeas, kidney beans, little tomatoes. As far as salads go, it's pretty dense, and there's also quite a lot of it. That'll keep me going for, well, I don't know how long it's going to keep me going. Hopefully almost 48 hours. The other type of food I have at the moment, some rice cakes with a bit of chocolate on there. That's quite decadent. And then 9 bars. I've always been a fan of the 9 bar. Pretty nice, vegan. It's alright. So it's occurred to me lately that I'm currently leading a double life. At least I'm trying to live in 2 places at once. And I'm sure I've spoken in a previous video how it's really difficult to let go of the comfortable life back in town where everything's right there in front of you. This thing that occurred to me the other day is a concept that I heard. I don't know where I first heard it, but I've been aware of it several times. Like I made a plan to go and visit my friend Julie, who's in a couple of the other videos, the French girl. And as soon as we hatched this plan that I was going to go and stay with her for a weekend, my spirit went there. And it was there in Lyon. And it was waiting for my body to catch up with it. And that is the feeling of just being in 2 places at once, an uncomfortable feeling, until my body caught up with it. And then, you know, I felt great. As soon as I was there, I hadn't seen her for years. And, you know, we had a history that went back quite a long way. Many years. I think I was probably in my early 20s when I first met her. But it's very similar to how I feel when I come out here. When I get here, it's a bit of a battle, you know, because, you know, it's raining a little bit tonight and it's dark and it's muddy and some of the trails are muddy, and I do enjoy that. I do enjoy riding in the dark even, and riding in mud. You have to enjoy that to make mountain biking your sole method of transport. But, you know, just to go off on a side tangent for a moment, if I'd chosen road cycling as my method of transport, I couldn't do this. I could not do all this. And if I was still on a motorcycle, there wouldn't be any help here. The fact is, with a mountain bike, you can carry a lot of gear and you can carry it off-road, you can carry it into the forest. Just expressing my love for the thing that is the mountain bike, especially when you get the rack and the panniers on there and you just think, I'm never going to need another vehicle. This thing can go anywhere and it can carry pretty much what I need, you know, especially if you're leaning towards the minimalism. I'm going to try and set a rule for myself when I come here. Only things that have a real purpose are going to be here. I mean, the fact is, I'm not going to want to haul anything in here that's superfluous. Do you know what I mean? It's got to have a use. There's 2 things here that have no place, and that is these 2 rusty ass fucking hand saws. And as soon as I got the nice hand saw, the fold out saw that you've seen me using, those 2 others became redundant. I did use them a bit, but they're terrible. So I'm still living my old life. I'm still living in town. I live with people I really like and respect, and I owe them so much. I owe them such a great deal. And I've been there for getting on for 2 years, and I've got them very comfortable. And comfort is like, it is nice, but you don't want to get stuck there. You don't want to get stuck in comfort land. You stop growing. I was growing so much when I first went there, and it was that period of growth that allowed me to sort of step up and attract that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm allergic to routine. I only work 3 days a week, and it's usually Monday, Tuesday, and one other random day. But it could be any days, right? It doesn't matter. And sometimes I work more days, sometimes I work less days. It always seems to work out at 3 per week. But I have found myself in a routine lately. I go to the bank, I put the money in there that I've made, so I've got some money in there for the rent. I go to the supermarket, I get some food. and then I go home and I wait for the next work day, and it's a routine, and it's not right, and my spirit is here in the woods, and it's just working on this place, and this is the most important thing. This is the only thing that really should matter at the moment. This is going to be the springboard for the next big phase of my life, and this is a big change. This is like, it's going to change a lot. I just hope I don't get busted, do you know what I mean? If I get busted, it's always going to be, what if I didn't get discovered? What if I did actually get set up in there, you know? How would it have changed me? I'm going to eat another rice cake. I've got to remember to bring a set of earplugs down here, because it would really help. This won't be a problem once the earth is on the roof though. It's just while the membrane is open to the sky. The sound insulation from just being this much underground is just wonderful. It's going to be so blissful to be down in the bedroom below. Absolute peace. Okay, gonna eat this rice cake.